I remember how I learned designing. It was a chilly winter day and I had a cup of coffee in my hand, watching YouTube for hours until I got bored. And then I thought, you know what would be really cool? If I learned designing. So I looked up some tutorials, bought a few courses, and 6 months later, I was a designer. So I created this channel to show you guys how you too can become a designer. Believe me, I wish I could tell that story when I get asked how I learned designing. But the truth is, it's not a linear journey of just watching tutorials and following along. It's more like a tree. You learn the fundamentals and then every day you grow a little more. Yeah, there are a lot of obstacles when you're a teeny tiny plant. You get thoughts like, am I on the right path? Should I learn this new technology? Is AI threatening humanity? Or how can I get better? Well, you're not alone. We all go through the same thing at some point. I actually think I suck at a lot of things, but still grind and try to improve. Not by just learning design, but by actually designing. You could stay in a warm and cozy spot in the tutorial hell, or you could follow my 3 magic steps to getting the hell out of it. Step 1. Observe. It all starts and pretty much ends with the one single most important, unskippable element in any creative work: passion. You need this with you all the time. Passion will make you follow design around like crazy. And when your passion grows, you start exposing yourself to more design, more projects. You surround yourself with things that remind you of your passion, things that feed it, make you curious. You just can't wait to dive deeper, and then something really catches your eye. It makes you want to get closer. You want to see everything similar to it. You just can't get enough. You want more inspiration. There are really cool stuff out there, and you want to make cool stuff like them. But how? One thing I did was to start recreating the designs that I liked. It can start with a simple icon and become more complicated in time. But recreating makes you learn that skill deeply, so next time you look at something that's created the same way, you know exactly what steps were taken. But remember, the recreations are just for you to really learn that skill, not to feed it to your portfolio. That's probably not gonna help you anyway. Instead, mix the skills and the techniques you've learned from others with your own ideas. But Jax, where am I supposed to get ideas from? Literally anywhere? Remember how I yapped a whole lot about passion? Well, that passion is key to finding ideas. It's like you will see and think design everywhere. While you're walking, when you see an advertisement, when you use a mobile app, when you visit a new website, when you play a game, watch a movie, in your shower thoughts, it's everywhere. Everything in our world is designed by someone, and that someone could be you. And there you go, here's another source of ideas. You. What would help you? What problem of yours could you solve with a new design or product? Hell, you might even end up solving the problem of others in the process. Wait, you already have some ideas, don't you? When you have a bunch of cool ideas to design or build, you might find it overwhelming to make all of them. And that can weigh you down, make you disappointed. We can't let that happen. You'd be more productive if you focused on one. But which one? Look at this diagram. We'll call it the what the hell should I do diagram. Let's say you have a bunch of ideas waiting to be ranked by questions. Like, are you passionate about it? Do you have the resources to make it? Will it help you or others? And will it potentially make you any money? You rank every idea on this diagram, and the closer they land to the center, the better the idea. Once you have your winning idea, you gotta feed it. Write down everything you have in mind about it. Find pictures from the internet, experiment with colors, do your research, and just really think about it, okay? I spend a lot of time just thinking, analyzing, and researching before the actual designing or development. And I make sure to record my thoughts and resources somewhere. Which brings us to the sponsor of this video, Milanote. I actually started using Milanote long before I even created this channel. Milanote is a tool for organizing your creative projects. It's your little creative Zen garden. You can make quick notes out of all your thoughts and ideas, track your tasks, collect links, images, and videos all in one place, right in front of you. So you'll have an easier time analyzing or ideating. Right now, I'm using Milanote to brainstorm on this cool idea of a futuristic social media because I'm super obsessed with it. And Milanote allows me to just drop all my wild ideas on the user experience and the user interface and make little sketches to keep in mind and decide later. Oh, and by the way, I can invite my teammates over to help me decide. I love organizing my projects like this because now I have a big picture of the project and I don't need to clutter it with these smaller aspects like tasks, plans, or mood boards. I can just drag a new board right here for each of them. And don't worry if it's all blank. There are more than 100 templates for every type of creative project. For example, I want to make a mood board for my futuristic social media app. And look, there are so many options to choose from. Mood boards can really help me get started on the creative process and collect all the designs, images, and colors I'm inspired by. And this is my favorite part. I installed the Milanote Web Clipper plugin, and now whenever I come across a cool link or an image I want to save for later, I'll just click on the Web Clipper and save it to Milanote. It's quick, it's easy, I can have it on my phone and take notes on it or track tasks on the go, or use it even more comfortably on a tablet. And finally, Milanote is available for free with no time limit. Sign up using the link in the description and start your next creative project. If you enjoy using Milanote or if you've used it before, let me know in the comments. Step 2. A pose. If you've managed to come this far, good job. You've earned 5 points. You've observed everything, got inspired, and recreated designs to master the skills. Recreating is great, but you know what's better? Creating. And it's time to challenge everything. I had an idea to design a futuristic social media. I have my clues and examples right here, so I'll just go ahead and start creating a layout, filling it up with colors, and just making sure it's super futuristic. Okay, pause. This is not it. Rewind. I have my clues and examples right here, but I can't just start designing and decide how to make a fun and engaging UI that will serve users along the way. I gotta work backward from what I want to serve users with toward how I should design them or make them fun and engaging. Like, okay, so it's a futuristic social media on a futuristic device. And the way that we're headed, we're probably gonna be a bunch of talking characters on the internet, updating our status every single moment because, of course, in that future, technology is much more accessible and connected to us. With a little chip or an omnipresent phone, I don't know. But things are fast, right? And in that future, you're not gonna want a lot of options in front of you. You want things to be simple. And yeah, this whole thing is pretty dystopian. But at least now I have a lead. But who am I kidding? These are all just boring discussions. The real question is, how do I make it look good? Honestly, looking good can mean several things. Looking clean, looking new, looking impressive, I mean, it's pretty subjective. But if you take each of these synonyms of looking good, your job will be easier. Like, sure, I can make it look clean, or add something new by thinking out of the box, like avatars don't have to be 2D, maybe they can be 3D. That's much more immersive and impressive. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be clean, new, or impressive to look good, right? Maybe it just works very well, or it's user-friendly. But again, that all depends on the end goal, doesn't it? Step 3. Upscale. You've come a long way, and you certainly deserve 5 extra points for that. By now, you've seen a lot, you've pushed the boundaries, and now you're ready to ascend to a higher quality by mixing what you've experienced with the power of your creativity. Like, I could make this background effect by making different elements, or I could make different drop shadows, or even simpler, I could make it a linear gradient and put the turning points right next to each other. The point is, I know my options, and now I can choose which one is more efficient. Who knows, maybe I'll observe a pose and upscale again and again and come up with better options. Essentially, it's all just practice. But I had to prove this point. I had to make sure that learning the basics in like 10 minutes and immediately starting the grind would actually help your design faster and better. So in another video, I asked you guys to come up with an idea and redesign it in different styles for 7 days. And you know what happened? You did it! You started with a simple design and worked on it from a new perspective every day. And by the end, you learned so much through just experience. Moral of the story is, it's time to stop learning and start doing. I mean, what do you have to lose, am I right? What? What were the points for? Well, nothing. But wouldn't you say it improved your experience? Anyway, that's all for this video. If you liked it, make sure you do your magic down there, and see you on the next one.